Yes, people, and welcome back to another What's Going On podcast, and welcome back to Normski TV. If you're new, please hit that like button, subscribe, and share. On the road to 300, and I'd like to thank everybody that has subscribed in the past couple of days and weeks. I'd like to thank you for all your support. And yes, we're here to talk about football. The Prem is back. And yes, for some of us, we've got some big smiles on our faces. And for others, pretty frustrating. And my sister's in already. First one in. What's going on, Anne? Yeah, I hope everything's good. Hope hubby's fine. Sunning himself out there in JA. Obviously, he's out there for personal reasons. But yeah, man, big up to you. And I've got some of my gang members in the green room. Chili might be a little bit late. He's running a little bit late. I was with him today, working with him today. So I told him, mate, just keep your thoughts to yourself. Yeah, she's definitely jealous. Keep your thoughts to yourself until you come on the show. So he will be with us shortly. If you can hear a loud noise in the background, that's my washing machine. So excuse me for the loud interruptions in there. So you just have to bear with me. There's nothing I can do about it. If anybody wants to donate a washing machine to me, then feel free. But without further ado, I am going to bring in Mr. Big D and Mr. Kofi Klopp. Welcome to the show, guys. Another week has gone and passed. And let me start off and say, you can hardly hear it. Oh, that's all right. That's good then. That's brilliant then. So the show must go on. Right. So let me first say hi, Big D and Mr. Kofi Klopp. How you both doing? Starting off with Mr. Big D. How you doing?
Yes, Norms. Doing all right, mate. Doing all right. Yeah. It's still bright outside, which is amazing.
Yeah. It's
trying
to get used to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hopefully, we literally are going to spring forward into a nice summer. And
today. Today was I don't know where you was, but I know down here it was thunder and lightning.
We had rain up here.
Proper chucking it down. Still waiting for this summer to come, or this spring weather to come. I haven't seen it yet. Still got our central heating on.
Oh yeah, the heating's on, but we have to expect these April showers. The ones. Yeah. Hopefully not too many of them, because we don't want this flash flooding and stuff like that. So.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, like up where you are, you kind of like affected by that. Where you are?
Not really, but there are rivers close. But I think we're enough. They got their there's a river literally not even half a mile away that always it bursts its banks on between the 45, so you find a lot of the fields get flooded out on the A45 going east. So
yeah. Well, listen, if you got your paddling pool.
That's it, man. Yeah.
Gotta do the business. Yes, Mr. Kofi Klopp. How you doing, brother?
Yes, sir. How you doing? All good?
Yeah. You happy? Yeah. Nice little happy man.
I mean, it's been a good week so far. I'm very happy.
I can see it in your face, man. It's been.
We've got testing times coming up, so we got to be ready.
Yeah.
All good.
Yeah. Well, listen, mate. It's good to have you both on. And as I said, Chili should be coming on. We may possibly have Mr. Root Calls. Yeah. Top 4 coming home, eh? Why? I don't know about that, Listen, man, we're going to be talking about that tonight. And as a matter of fact, our subject matter tonight is obviously we're going to be looking at the Prem and Champions League review, and also looking at a couple of ref decisions, especially in that Man United game. So we are going to look at that, Mr. McTominay. I don't know what you thought about that, but we will talk about that. Also, my other topic is Laca answers, Laca performance, and Laca threat. You kind of guess where I'm going with this one. Right? You kind of guess where I'm going with this one. Spuds on the up and up, according to Conte. Spurs are on the up and up, and hopefully, when Chile comes on, he'll be able to give us some insight into that. He's well happy. He sent me some voice notes over the weekend and on Monday, and mate, I went to it ringing in my ears. So I'm not happy, buddy. I was really, I've got the hoodie, yeah. So when he comes on, I'll be like, give it some of that, yeah. His geezer, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I have to come, I've got to face up, yeah, and I have to talk about my club. They were absolutely ridiculous, and we will be talking about them. And what I will do is, based on my subject topics, obviously relating to your games, and that I will just probably link in the subject topics to when we talk about our games. Yes, Big Sis, how you doing? Glad you're on.
Okay.
And you're here to hear the football banter. Thank you again for your support. Another one here for you, Mr. Kofi Clock. Mo to sign for life.
Well,
we'll talk about it in a second. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. There could be some little issues, but we'll see. And this one for you, D. Was Rangnick right not to pick Rashford? This was on Saturday. He played with no forward. Rashford was on the bench. Ronaldo was obviously not well or wasn't available. So I don't know what's going on there, but it is what it is. But we are going to crack on, and we're going to, first of all, we're going to talk about the Liverpool game, Saturday, 2nd of April, early kickoff, Kofi, 2-0 against Watford. And I mean, what was your thoughts on that game quickly?
It was a tricky game, to be honest. I mean, Watford played pretty well.
Yeah.
And they had some good chances. And if Alisson Alisson wasn't there, it would have been a different story altogether, you know. And Liverpool frustrated me a little bit, to be honest, because they didn't really take a grip of the game, even though they scored 2 goals. And I was just thinking that maybe they had their thoughts on just, Champions League and, but then at the same time, they got to just put the game to bed. And they just really didn't show any clear-cut chances.
I mean, Mo Salah got whipped off. Wasn't really, I mean, since he's come back from the African Cup of Nations, he hasn't really hit the ground running, has he?
No.
Now there could be a number of things. And then with him going out against Senegal in the World Cup qualifiers, there's a lot going on. And it could be a number of things. And I think, as I said, what I will do is take the subject matter. Since we are talking about Liverpool, let's talk about Mr. Mo Salah signing, or possibly Liverpool offering him a massive 4 or 5 year deal, takes him to 2027. He's going to be 30 at the end of the season. 400,000. Wow. 400,000. And I think this was him settling for that, because I think he wanted more. Could you shed some light on that, mate?
Yeah. I was quite shocked, actually. I kind of thought that it was gonna be a stalemate, but then the turnaround has happened, and they seem to be coming to some sort of closure. 400,000. I mean, it's a lot of money. It is a lot of money, and
for a 30-year-old, look. Klopp has come out and said that this guy could probably play till he's about 34, 35. But when you look at the wages that he's on, and now Liverpool are not normally, used to giving out these kind of big wages. I mean, yes, big up, Mr. Craig. How you doing, man? My sister beat you to it again. So, mate, you're slacking. But big up. Welcome to the chat. Liverpool are not known for giving out big contracts. I think your highest earner is Van Dijk on 220, followed by, I think, Thiago on 200,000. Yeah. Now, is that going to pose a problem, with Mo being given this money of 400,000? You're talking about a £58 million deal.
This is the thing. I mean, it probably will bring a catastrophic effect on the structure for everyone else, because you've got the likes of Trent, who is hitting top of his game, and when his contract comes and needs renewing, he's going to want to be up there in that region of 300,000 at least.
What about Mane?
Because Mane's turning 30 as well. Or he's
right, but would he have something to say about this? That's what I'm saying.
The problem is that Mane's on quite relatively lower wages than everyone else for those who have been there for a long time. And
I think he's on about 100 and... I can't remember what it was. I saw the figure, but I know it's definitely like in the hundreds, yeah?
It was about 110.
110, yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. So Mane, I would have probably thought that he would have been expected a massive wage increase, but then it seems as if there's a little bit of issue with what they're gonna try to offer Mane, and I think that maybe Mane probably will look somewhere else if he doesn't get the love. It's a possibility.
Yeah. Let me come on to D. D, what are your thoughts on this? Because do you think this could bring about issues with regards to the pay structure and the fact that, he's 30, £400,000 a week, and the likes of Jota, as Kofi said, you got players like what's his name? Your right back.
Trent.
Trent. He could be asked. When you look at his stats and you look at his numbers, he's going to want a lot more than what he's on now. Do you know what I mean? He's probably going to be in the 250 plus. Could this be catastrophic for Liverpool when it comes to maybe trying to buy players in the transfer window with these kind of wages? What are your thoughts on that, mate?
Yeah, you have to look at a club that is going against its own rules, really. Liverpool have always been known to stick very rigid with the pay structure and have been very good at keeping the squad happy with that. But I think over the years, you know what it's like? You go on international duty and you're seeing players that are probably in your international squad not starting regularly for their clubs and then double the money that you're on starting regularly. So the 400 grand for Mo Salah is not a big deal, but it's a big deal at Liverpool. And what I fear is now for them, well, I don't fear because of Liverpool, I don't care. But for me, is that the top players, like players you just mentioned, the Trents, the Manes, even though somebody say that Mane is quite a humble guy, I mean, he's just grateful to be playing football from his humble beginnings. But there comes a point to say where it's going to be, okay, well, pay me what I'm worth. Now, who decides what you're worth, Norman? And that's what I say about transfers. When you buy a player for 100 million, the player's not saying he's a £100 million player, but the dealings and the wranglings have pushed his price up to 100 million, and a club comes out and says, we'll pay it. Doesn't mean that he's worth 100 million, but the club pay it because they need to secure it, and they don't want your team to have him. So, right, offer them this, and they'll take it because the rest of them are not going to pay that for him, and we're securing. But I think it leaves the door wide open. It gives Klopp a massive headache because you can't just say, well, it's Mo, because, he's not a one-man team, as great as he is.
Yeah.
And then like your goalkeeper's phenomenal.
Alisson has saved us a lot this season.
Exactly. I mean, so
he's the reason. He's the reason why we've had probably such a good goal.
Tells you a difference,
goal difference. Yeah. So,
but it's a combination of your defense and the goalkeeper. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
But it's just the spine, Norman. If you look at the Liverpool spine, the City spine, that spine from the goalkeeper, the top centre back, obviously in Liverpool case, the right back and the left back, quality. all them man are going to say, oh, hold on, 400k, hold on there. I'm only on 110, I'm only on 120, and they say it like it's 120 pounds a week rather than 120 grand a week. And I think this where the distortion of, it's like Monopoly. It's honestly, you would actually think that has the Premier League become Monopoly rather than reality, because 100 grand a week in anybody's bank account is money. But in footballers' terms, it's like, I'm only on 100 grand a week. They actually say that. The audacity, the entitlement of players to say, I'm only on 100 grand a week, where most man, if you're in a decent job and you earn 100 grand for the year, you're feeling nice about yourself. Where man is saying, I'm only on 100 grand a week. So 400 grand a week is phenomenal money.
Do you think this will
change the game for Liverpool?
I was going to say, do you think this will have an effect on the transfer market, Cole?
Everything,
massively. I mean, a lot of clubs are going to look at Liverpool and say, okay, if you want to now come in buying a player, we expect you to be able to afford a certain amount. And Liverpool haven't been able to say, okay, we want to go in for that player and, pay the club this figure that, would match what the player is actually worth. So Liverpool have to now start to rethink their spending.
They're spending and maybe their recruitment. Because one thing I noticed about Klopp, which I like about him, he will take good players. So if you really think about what he's spent on players, Van Dijk probably being the most, 75 mil, I think it was. That's what I think that's the most that Liverpool has spent. So Liverpool not one of these teams that will go and be spending 100 million or whatever. So I think going forward, and especially if Mo does sign for life and everything, I think they will probably go. They're not going to be like the Chelsea or even Man United, and now obviously Newcastle now with their money. City again very similar to Liverpool in terms of the players that they buy, because they don't. I mean, but mind you, saying that they did go and spend 100 million on Jack Grealish, and look how that's turned out at the moment.
No, but you say that though, Norm, but this is the spending power of City right now, and I hate to say that because they was the noisy neighbours, but their mentality is Jack is a good player. Jack was Aston Villa captain. I rate Jack. I would have taught Jack at Old Trafford, and they know they overpaid for him, but they don't really care because Pep will just ease him into that squad. Pep feels no pressure to start him at 100 million, where we felt pressure to start Maguire at 80 million. You know what I mean? And that's the difference that Klopp will say. Pep will say, "No, man, I'm going to ease him in. He ain't going to start every week." And they say, "We paid 100 million for him, because I'm building long term. So he's part of the long term build. He'd have to play every week, and you gradually get him Grealish into the way of Pep thinking, Pep playing, and then when he starts balling out and scoring you 15, 16 goals a season from midfield and maybe 10 to 12 assists, no one's talking about 100 mil. Nobody. And that's where Man City have been very clever in the way they just say, "Yeah, man, pay it." Now, what this might force for Liverpool is for the owners to say, "Okay, we paid Mo that. Maybe we sell this on." Giving Mo that contract might do you a favor because you might get some rich owners now, Kofi. I mean, I'm not saying the owners are not rich now, but some owners that just say, "Right, give Klopp a 300 million next transfer window," and don't even blink about it. Spending 50 mil on right backs and left backs and stuff like that. You may become that club.
I honestly think that the club, the owners will probably end up finishing the new stands that they're scheduled to finish for the start of the 23-24 season.
Yeah, something like that.
And then probably end up selling up.
Yes, gentlemen.
Yes, Chilly. They'll probably end up selling up after that. So probably after Klopp.
Go on. Go on.
Yeah, probably after Klopp maybe has left. But then it does pose a question, what happens after that? Because obviously the next person to come in once Klopp has said, "You know what, I can't take this club any further, how is the wage structure going to be then? And how is the spending power going to be then? Because you got young players still coming in, and then the older ones then going to, then tail off. So,
yeah, I mean, you talking about, I mean, yeah, your club, it's starting to have an aging. I mean, you only got to look at Milner, Henderson, Firmino. You know what I mean? I mean, even like your well, I say Van Dijk. He hits? When does he hit 30?
Oh, Van Dijk's be 30 already.
Well, there you go. So you know what I mean. You're gonna have to be freshening up. And they said if he does sign for life, he's gonna probably be there until about 34, 35. I'm talking about Mo Salah.
Yeah.
But it does change the dynamics in terms of, well, I say change the dynamics. Your recruitment will probably still be the same in terms of what the sort of player you go for. But it's, as you say, it might be when they come in now, because you are going to go for half decent players, and they're probably going to say, "Boy, I want at least 250." So the benchmark is risen. You get what I'm trying to say?
Exactly.
So whereas players are coming and saying, "Oh yeah, 80,000, I'm happy with that." Now they say, "Well, chuck me an extra 20, 30 G's on top of that." You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Chill. We're just talking about Mo signing for life, or possibly signing for life for Liverpool, 400,000 a week. I mean, obviously, we was told that he rejected it, but just to have a quiet life, it looks like that's probably the deal that they're going to agree at. And I was just saying, does that change the dynamics for Liverpool in terms of their pay structure, in terms of their recruitment? I mean, what are your thoughts quickly on that before we move on to the next game?
All right, let me just say, big up man like Craig first. Yes, Craig. I saw somewhere that he didn't actually want 400. It is more like 300. And if it is 300, then that's not reasonable. But yeah, that's not outrageous.
Well, I mean, I heard that he wanted more, and Liverpool came to a decision that 400,000. That's what they were gonna say, because he felt that he was worth more with what he's done for them. I'm not saying that Liverpool are a one-man band, but for what he's done, over the past couple of years, what I mean. So I heard
paying him 400 grand a week, it is gonna mess with their pay structure, because like you were just saying, if he's getting that, then Mane's got to get close to it. Van Dijk's gonna say, "Look what I bring to the team," and then.
Yeah, it's gonna be a snowball effect. It's just gonna be a snowball effect.
But like I said earlier,
even Klopp's gonna say, "Boy."
Yeah,
because you can't have them mans on more money than Klopp. That's the other thing, Roman. You can't have those guys on more money than Klopp.
Well, listen,
because this is where the whole hold on, I'm on more than you. I don't take that from you. I don't care if you're a coach.
Put it this way, then: if they do end up getting more money than him, Latoya's put in the chat. Can you see Klopp staying? And if I want to put in there, if they get more money than him, and does Liverpool win the Premier League and Champions League? So that's a question out to all of you. Kofi, you know your team best.
Yeah. Interesting question, because Klopp probably he does stick to his time at a club, and I don't know whether he wants to continue to push on. I mean, it would have been then saying, okay, he might go 10 years. And I don't know whether he wants or has the desire to keep going. But, we'll see, because, to continue winning trophies might spur him on to, saying, okay, I want to rethink and stay to the next generation coming. So
it's also about protecting his mental health as well, because I guarantee you, him and Pep have never experienced pressure as football managers as they do in the Premier League. It's relentless. The press are relentless.
Yeah,
and there comes a point where do you want to get up every morning to be dealing with the press where you're a multimillionaire? You'd be like, listen, man, I've won them X amount of this and X amount of that. I don't need this anymore. So for these guys to go 10 years at City and at Liverpool will be a tool just because of they want to protect their mental health, and their families will be saying to them, "You've done enough there. You've resurrected Liverpool. You've resurrected Man City. Move on. Nobody can ever mudge your name."
Then where does Klopp go? If Klopp moves on, where does he go? Because all the big clubs are happy with their managers. Is he going to take a step down?
I'll take him.
I think he takes. I think he takes
that's like
No, but
3-4
it's a
steps
big
down
club, man.
going to Arsenal.
I think Klopp takes on either the
German
national
club, German managerial role, or Bayern Munich.
Okay.
That's a good call.
That's a good shout. Yeah, it's a good shout. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I say, there's no pressure like the hot seats at these.
But then Wenger done it and Ferguson done it.
Yeah, but this is a difference.
So look what's happened.
No, but if you look at the difference, right? They had full control of their clubs.
Yeah.
Whatever Wenger said, that was gospel. Whatever Fergie said. Now you got this whole board you got to go to, cap in hand, backward and forward. That brings its own stress. Then you still got to go out and win. Back in the day, Ferguson said, "Right, we're doing this, and this." Martin Edward, yeah, I want that, and it happened. Or Fergie was saying, "Oh, there's no value in the market. This transfer window, we'll set it out." And now it's like there's a whole circus of rings to jump through to get a player where before two were literally kings and lords at their club. That model is over now. So the pressure now of dealing with that side of the business and then running the squad and competing and winning, it's mad. It's so different now. Well, you don't have full control.
Well,
you're the one in the press conference.
You're talking about pressure here for both of these managers.
Yeah.
It's a massive game this Sunday, the Super Sunday. Man City v Liverpool. How are you feeling about people in the chat? How are you feeling about this?
Listen,
wins the Premier League.
The last few weeks, my heart has been beating even faster, and you see the grey hairs on my head picking up. So I want 3 points. It's gonna be so hard. I don't know which way it's gonna go, but
I'll take her out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want 3 points. However we're gonna win the game, I just want 3 points.
Yeah.
Okay. And are you confident going there?
You have to be. At this stage of the season, every game is cup final for us, and we have to go into the mentality that we have to beat City to cross the line and win the league.
Yeah. Basically, I agree with Craig and obviously yourself. Whoever wins that game on Sunday goes on and wins the league.
I think City are going to win it.
I think City are going to win it. I want City to win it.
No.
Because there's a certain person in the chat.
Listen, Liverpool are going to surprise everybody that day, and they're going to win. And I'm sticking my chest out and saying it's going to be a 2-0 win.
A minute 2-0. Hold on a minute ago, you like, oh, I'm nervous
at the Etihad.
No.
You're not giving them a single goal.
I've said over the last few weeks, the grey hairs have been picking up, but in this game, with the confidence that we have, we're going in.
I'm saying it with this. The man's saying it with this. All right, bro. Listen, man, you better make sure they win, mate, because, man, you got to deal with us next week.
You know what, Norm? All joking aside, me at Man United would love to be in that position. To go to City. To
of course you would.
You know what I'm saying? So as much as we're running a little joke on Kofi there's a jealousy there that I want United to be there to that, okay, this Manchester derby going to settle the title.
Yeah.
And that's how
I want to be in the FA Cup, the Champions League. Right. I want to be
all of it.
Competing for the Premier League.
Yeah.
Craig said it will be 2-2.
And 2-2 actually suits the whole league in a sense that this will go to the last game of the season if this game draws.
I was going to say, Kofi, what happens if it's a draw? Who wins the league?
You know what? If it's a draw, then we continue, and hopefully City will drop some more points along the way. But realistically,
okay. So if just saying what Craig has just said there, if it ends up being 2-2, who's the team likely to drop points?
Liverpool.
No, I think both of them. I think both of them will drop points.
No, because just because
of the Champions League.
The running of Liverpool, it's like game after game. After the City game, we've got United, we've got Everton, we've got.
You got to go to United, but that's going to be tricky.
We've got Tottenham. We've got so many so many of these teams, Harry Kane's on form, and there's going to be twists and turns for us throughout.
Oh yeah,
and not only that as well, the pressure.
Come up against people that they'll lose a game you don't expect.
Yeah,
Norman, you know all about that.
You have to remember as well, Kofi, that City. I think Pep really wants that Champions League badly. I think he would sacrifice this title to win the Champions League. I almost feel that he would never come out and say that though. But
do you think they have a gentleman's agreement between each other and say, look,
imagine.
You can have the Champions League. We'll have the league.
Have the league, and everyone's nice, isn't it? There was. Yeah, I mean,
big up, Mr. Sentiments. How you doing?
Yes, Sentiment.
Big up yourself, man.
Yeah. Kofi, question for my missus.
Isn't he wearing the Liverpool shirt?
Yeah, he's got it right there, man.
Kofi, you're a Liverpool supporter. She wants to know if you're a Liverpool supporter because you don't sound convincing.
Jay, 30 years of my life, Liverpool, all the way. I'm going in.
Why? Listen, look, it's gonna be really interesting this race for the league. Sunday is absolutely massive. As I said, Mo now potentially signing for life for Liverpool. How that will affect them, we don't know. Going forward, come the summer, we will see what they do in the transfer market. But listen, we could talk a lot more about this, but we're going to move on swiftly to Brighton, Norwich, which is basically 0-0. Norwich are pretty much going down. Brighton, mate, I think the last time Brighton won a game was in December.
Yeah, Norm, these guys are already on the beach, Norm.
Yeah.
These guys are already on the beach.
Effectively, yeah.
Yeah.
Where are they in the league, Brighton, D?
They are... They're 13th.
They're laughing then. How
many
that's
points
what I'm saying.
They got? Yeah, 34. And they played 30 games. So, you know what I mean? The likelihood of them going down is really slim.
Yeah.
So that's why I say mentally, they're already at the beach, man. They're saying, okay, roll on the summer. Let's go again next season. So them sort of teams, now they just park the bus or they just come for almost like a charity game, you know what I mean? You can't.
I think that Brighton at the beginning were playing some good football under Potter.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, I think they run out of steam, didn't they?
Yeah, they run out of steam.
But then they've achieved what they wanted to achieve, which is Premiership status.
Yes,
Premiership.
Right. Yeah, because that money keeps them healthy.
That's right.
It allows them to bring in some half decent players to strengthen the squad. So for them, it's a good.
I mean, they've got a good manager.
Well. Their manager, he's a good manager.
Yeah, he's good.
He's a good. Graham Potter, he's a good manager. Mopay misses a penalty in that game, and as I say, they just can't score a goal, mate. And he ends up ballooning it over the bar, and the game ends up.
And even him, though, it's like his head's gone a little bit because at the start of the season he was playing very well.
Yeah,
he was a handful, and he just seems to have. Really, just I don't know what his down tools. Brighton is
Brighton's all pebbles and no
beach. Yeah, nah, man, I'm talking Mallorca and Tenerife and all them places there. Them man's are already there. They're already gone. Yeah. Brighton.
Right, next game, we'll go on to Wolves. Aston Villa 2-1 to Wolves. Aston Villa in that first half were all at sea. Wolves winning that game 2-1. Listen, they're still in the race for top four. But I think it probably would be, a bit tough for them to get it. But listen, whilst there's a chance, whilst it's mathematically possible, then they're crack on. Aston Villa under Gerrard, that's my missus' second team. So, she was obviously rooting for them. And hopefully they will do the business on Saturday evening against a certain team that's got some sort of chicken sitting on a football. Yeah,
that's all right because we got to get to the Palace Arsenal game.
But we'll come to that in a minute. Yeah, because I've got a lot to say about that rubbish. Yeah, that I just saw there, mate. Do you know what I mean? But
Coutinho's been a little bit cold in the last.
He subbed him against them.
Yeah. Ollie Watkins gets a penalty, obviously in the 86 minutes. So literally, did anybody see? I'm so happy. Yeah, you moaned at us celebrating at your ground when we beat you 1-0. And then Ashley Young, did you see that brilliant own goal? Fantastic headed goal, mate.
That's what's wrong with Arsenal supporters. I don't know.
No, mate.
That is what's wrong. Why are you worrying about that? Because you know what he said was true.
I'm going to laugh at Ashley Young.
You celebrated like you'd won the Champions League and the Premier League.
Get out of here, mate. What are you talking about? What are you on about?
That you know you did.
Right? But listen, Wolves go on and win that game 2-1. I mean, look, Aston Villa pretty much safe. Wolves, we know, are still, trying to go for that top 4. Whether they get it or not is another thing. I think they'll probably finish around about 7th. They could probably end up playing in the Europa Conference League. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll wait and see what goes on there. Brighton Rock up on the midfield.
On our midfield.
Yes, Mr. Junior. What you saying, brother?
Yes, Junior.
Yes, Junior. Pick up yourself.
Leeds 1, Southampton 1. Again, I think Leeds are pretty much safe now. Jack Harrison is their top goal scorer. I think it's something like he's got something like 8 goals for them.
Yeah.
But that James Ward-Prowse, did anybody see the James Ward-Prowse free kick?
The free kick.
Yeah. I mean, that guy, I think
he's a bad man,
Yeah, I said we should have bought him 2 seasons.
He's become a free kick.
And I'd still take him now.
Yeah. I am surprised he's still there. I know he's club captain and stuff, but it's like
just
how
for his
still
free
at Southampton?
kicks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's a strange one that he's still there. It really is. Yeah,
it is, because we was linked with him, but I suppose some people are saying, is that all he's got to his game? Which he hasn't.
No, he's a good player.
No, that's not all, but that's what he excels at.
Yeah. I mean,
we've got what's his name, Eric Dyer taking our free kicks.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's even ever scored one ever.
Well, you know what I mean. But listen, that takes us nicely on to Craig. Just put it in the chat. The performance of the week goes to Brentford.
Tottenham. Oh yeah, Brentford. No, Brentford. Yeah,
Brentford boy. Wow.
Listen, what a goal by Rudiger. When I saw that goal, I thought, Chelsea.
Yeah, that goal was sweet though, Rudiger.
Sweet, man. I thought that's going down for contention the goal of the season, man. Absolutely, just off the woodwork and in. It just looked lovely. And you're thinking, Chelsea go on and win this, mate. I switched off. I've come back. It's 3-1, mate.
Honestly, when I saw the result, my mouth just opened up like the river now was gonna come and flow.
But
listen, it was mad, wasn't it? It was mad.
Yeah. I mean, guys. Again, a big up Ericsson, your ex player, Chile.
Yeah,
we should have taken him back instead of letting him go to Brentford.
He is doing the business at Brentford right now. You know what I mean? And to know what he went, to know what he went through.
Nothing but respect for the guy.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Brentford
just pulling the strings running.
That was a shock result. That was definitely a shock result. You know what I mean? 4-1.
But you say it was a shock result, but if you watch the match, they deserved it. Yeah. It's not like they got lucky. They played good football and won.
Yeah. And you imagine, Ivan Toney didn't even get on the score sheet. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he's been their baller. And so as soon as you see 4-1, you think, oh, that's got to be an Ivan Toney brace or something. And he didn't score. So it was good that, other players stepped up. But Ericsson was just pulling the strings in midfield, mate. It was beautiful to watch.
Yeah.
For his journey back to football.
Yeah.
It was just like,
and maybe other teams, like in the sort of like the top 6, probably looked at him and thought, well, don't probably want to take the chance, health risk and everything. But Brentford, their manager being Danish as well, taking him on. And listen,
did you see his goal for Denmark as well?
I didn't see the goal, but I suppose it was a good one.
He scored a couple for them, but it's the first one.
I mean, this is like proper miracle stuff going on.
Proper resurrection, isn't it?
Definitely.
Proper resurrection.
Absolutely proper.
The thing that I like is that, all right, he's an ex-Tottenham, but all football fans are showing him
respect.
A lot of respect. Yeah.
Putting, what's the name aside.
Yeah, forget all that.
Absolutely. And to the fact that guy was at death's door, And look what he's doing, mate. So big up to Mr. Ericsson.
Ericsson.
Root Cool says, I don't really have a dog in this race, being an Arsenal fan, but I'd rather Liverpool win the league than City.
Nah, brother.
I'd also back Liverpool UCL, and especially if it's against Chelsea or City, mate. I'm gonna have to disagree with you, mate. I know.
Yeah, sorry, bro,
man. But bro, I can't have Liverpool. Listen, I'm saying I was talking to Chile today.
Storms, come on, man.
Come on, listen, man. I talked to Chile today, and I said, and I think it's pretty much for all teams in the league. If Liverpool go on and do the quadruple, right? We're all gonna have to leave the country. Yeah, I know for you, mate, because they're gonna equalize your 20th league.
Right, can't be having that right now.
Only one that have done the quadruple, and all will have anytime anytime our missus sits there and I try to have a go at her, she's just gonna do this to me.
Yeah, so you get a 4, mate. So, bro, just hold that. Hold the 4.
You never walk alone. You never walk alone. Come on.
What am I supposed to do, eh? What am I supposed to do? Mate, but listen, yeah, the sentiments we're going to talk about this, bro. Jeez, man. Yeah, that's therapy, incoming therapy coming in there, mate. We'll talk about that. So, yeah, fantastic performance by Brentford. They're pretty much safe. Now, obviously, Man City go away to Burnley. That would have been a pressure game for them with Liverpool winning, earlier on in the day. Literally, Man City played in second gear. Could have probably had more. And, obviously they had an important game against Atletico Madrid. And I don't know if anybody saw the Atletico Madrid game. I might as well talk about it while we're here. Talk about the Champions League review. Mate, them guys, right? Skullduggery at its best. That, to me, that looks like rugby. No, seriously. It's like they're playing rugby.
It's Simeone, man. I mean, I know. He's a gangster now. He plays gangster football. He really is a thug. He's a thug. Yeah, he's a thug. And he don't care.
Do you think it's ruining the spectacle of football? Listen, look, people will turn around and say, yes, he won the La Liga last season. And you know what I mean? But I can't sit down. Chile, again, we had this conversation today, Chile. And Chile would be happy if it meant us winning the league, winning Champions League, which I suppose at the end of the day, it's about having the trophies on the table. But there comes a point where you want to see some decent.
No, I want to see some trophies. I don't care if we win. I don't care how we play.
I understand with you because you haven't seen it in about.
No, you listen. Right, just get onto the Palace game. Say what you need to say and get onto the Palace game. No, seriously. I don't care how we play if we win. But if we play crap and lose, then you've got something to say, you know what I mean? But as long as you're picking up 3 points, who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? Arsenal won 3-4 titles, winning 1-0 every week.
All right, yeah, 1-0.
Boring.
Boring as hell. They won, so what can you tell them?
But bro, I thought they still play better football than what I'm seeing there, mate. Because literally, the skullduggery thing that's going on in that game, mate.
Well, you know what? He's set that team up to, as they say, win ugly. Yeah, just win ugly. You know,
2 banks of 5?
Yeah, right.
The problem is, he knows.
Yeah, but then Stoke used to do that, and that kept them in the Premier League for a few years.
Yeah.
The problem is, he knows that City are going to be dominant throughout the whole game.
Right, you can't set up to go and attack City.
You have to remember that under Ollie, we would do this regular against Pep and Klopp and try and frustrate them. Like, you know what I mean? 5 at the back and then 2 holding midfielders. You're like, come on, bro. Like, so people say, why don't you not come out and play football? Because he knew that he'd get absolutely dismantled if he set up to come out and play football. And I think Simeone is the same way. So, you know what? We can play ugly and snatch a counter-attack goal and win a game or whatever.
That's it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's not pretty on the eyes, you know what I mean? But I don't think they care. I really don't think they care. It's about the result for them, So
if they were playing Norwich last night, would they have set up like that? No, they wouldn't.
Probably not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
probably not. And I think that's what what Simeone set them out. He says, come and break us down. And I looked at that game and I see City just couldn't find a way around, but they had to, make changes during half time. Well, not during half time, but after in the second half. Brought on Foden, and he was the one that fed De Bruyne through.
Yeah, unlock the door. Yeah,
yeah, and literally, you know what I mean. Going. I suppose them going there now. What do you reckon? Do you reckon that Atletico is going to have to come out, or do you think they're going to do the same thing?
I think they'll do the first thing for the first 45, 50, 60 minutes, and then they're going to...
And then just throw everything at them, literally. Yeah. But I just think, mate, and I know some people said, if Arteta, would I have Simeone over Arteta? Probably yes. You know what I mean? Because he's a better manager. From that point of view, he's a better manager.
Yeah.
He's got what it takes. He's got more string to his bows than Arteta. Arteta is just a fresh kid.
But then, it's going to be that it's going to probably disrupt the playing style of Arsenal.
Well, right now,
as
Sentiments said, he goes, Norm, we've seen decent football. We're playing terrible, unsustainable football currently, and we need trophies. Earlier on in Arteta's reign, I couldn't see a style of football. It was boring, sideways, you know what I mean? And it's only in the last couple of months, you know what I mean, we've seen, with our front three, or if you want to call Laca that, but especially with Smith Rowe and Saka Martinelli, they're exciting players. But for me, as I said, Arteta for me is not the man to get Arsenal to where they need to get. And he's, as I said, he's taken over a club, third biggest club, in the country. As I said, it's like you jumping out of a Robin Reliant and driving a Juggernaut. Do you know what I mean?
Who's the third biggest club in the country?
Arsenal. Okay.
Right, the table suggests differently.
That laugh is starting to bug me because that's full of voice notes, man. I went to bed with that laughing in my ear.
Right, why were you avoiding me? I had to be there looking for you.
I'll keep quiet, man.
Like, where's Wally? Where's Norman?
Listen, Man City go and win that game 2-0, and obviously massive game on Sunday. Looking forward to that. Man United. Let's come on to the Man United Leicester game. Mr. Big D. Man United won. Leicester won. Should Leicester have won that game?
Hell yes. Sorry, D, but they should have.
Yeah. I actually texted Leicester man and said to them, you guys were unlucky, man. It almost feels like it's like a down tool thing for me now. It really, because the whole, like I said to you, when you replace the interim with an interim, that's telling you that you sabotaging the season with that foolishness. So the truth is, you should never have given Michael Carrick that job if he was going to bring in Ralph, because no one respects the interim of an interim. That's a joke team. And so if you look for the first 2 games of the season, 2 games of his reign, he was trying to implement this Gergen press, right? I think we did it for 30 minutes and then about 25 in the next game, and then he realized that these mans are not intelligent enough, not fit enough, don't really care for this. So we have to go back to almost the Ollie style of playing in the setup. And I just think, hold on. And this is what I said to you guys. Well, the first thing we when you make a mistake and tell the player, this guy's here for 6 months, nightmare on Old Trafford Street. Yeah, it's a joke team, because straight away there's a lack of respect there. They'll just say he's gone in the summer. Because this is how entitled and arrogant these guys are. That you come to work. In what job do you come to work and you blatantly just tell the boss to do one? Because that's what they're doing. Every time they go on the pitch, it's like, you know what? I know what we did in training, lads, but we ain't doing that. This is what we're going to do. And then when we concede the goal, we're all looking at each other playing the blame game. And the whole thing is embarrassing. The mere fact that you kept Maguire as captain tells me everything I need to know about this club right now. That he ain't ready, man. That's relegation fodder in his mindset. No one listens to him. You're the captain.
But then if that's the case, why isn't he hooking them off then? Because if he's telling someone to do something and he's blatantly not doing it, that's for him to get them off the pitch.
Yeah, but he's not
because
in charge.
They run the club. That's the problem.
He's not in charge.
He's not in charge.
He's literally a figurehead.
But then there was an interesting thing that Gary Neville said.
Don't, not Gary Neville. Anybody but Gary Neville. I'm I'm messing with you. Go on, man.
I know you don't want to hear it, but
I'm messing with you. Go on, bro.
He made the point that the club need a total restructure. They need the owners to come out and say, okay, let's rethink all of this strategy of where we go forward. We need new stadium. The stadium's is getting tired. We need freshen up in all areas, and I think that it's been a while since the club have really seen a way forward in terms of where they want to go. They're a little bit they're so mishmashed right now.
Yeah, but then Kofi, this is the same Gary Neville that is backing Poch over Ten Hag.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I can't take him seriously, bro, because
I think that's more though because Poch has done it in the Premier League, whereas
but listen to yourself though. The two managers at the top of the Premier League had never done it before in the Premier League.
No, yeah, true that,
right?
Yeah.
So Conte came in and won straight away. Tuchel came in and won straight away.
Yeah.
Them man ain't done it in the Premier League. So when people telling me, "Oh, we Premier League proven," it does not matter because we got 4 managers right there off the bat that
you're right.
Done it with no Premier League experience.
And you can put Mourinho in there as well,
right?
Do you know the guy that I think?
Well, Mourinho, put Conte in there as well.
Yeah, that's what I said. So everyone said to me, D, forget Ten Hag. He ain't done it in the Premier League. Yeah, but you know what? We need such a freshen up that it don't matter. Yeah. And there's something that what's his name? Rannick said to the board, and if you allow me to just to read it quickly, he says in a telegram said Ralph Rangnick has revealed that he has already made a number of recommendations to the club ahead of the summer rebuild, unconditionally recruit players that fit the specific playing style of the new manager once known, prioritize signing physical, aggressive players because the current squad is too soft physically. The club should thoroughly profile players' DNA before signing them. The club should accept that it could take up to 3 transfer windows to put things right, providing the plan is followed. And I guarantee you, the board will ignore that. Guarantee it.
Well, listen, this is Ragnick having a dig. Mate, if that is
right though.
That's right though. He is right what he said.
Would probably take United forward. Hansi Flick. He has a pedigree for remolding and reshaping clubs, and look at the work he did at Bayern Munich. I know Bayern Munich have a well-rounded squad, but I mean he totally took young players and brought in and mixed it well with the current group and said, you know what, this is how we're going to play, and it worked.
I think that's actually a good shout, Chili.
Yeah,
I mean, Kofi, it's a good shout. Yeah. I never even thought of that because in my mind I was saying let Ralph stay for another season and wait for Luis Enrique to get Spain for the World Cup and try and tempt him out the Spain job. But what you just said there, I never thought about that, and that's actually a very good shout. Get a general mastermind.
Sentiments is saying here, I mean, you probably have noticed it. He says, have you noticed how randomly and weirdly how all the United pundits are saying United needs Poch?
Yeah, because it's propaganda FC. It's social media FC. It's like
social media commercial FC.
Whenever you're on Sky, when you're on Sky, when you're on BT Sports, keep pushing it's almost like they're doing a poll on the fans as well. Like they keep posting this stuff on the social medias to see what the fans' reaction are, and they're going to end up pointing. I think the fan base is split on Ten Hag and Poch, but I think for me, I'm saying just rebuild it. Like you just said, take 3 years and rebuild it, or 3 transfer windows. So get a fresh guy in that comes in with his eyes wide open, with no influences, and let him. And not only that, and this is where we know they don't want to do it. Give Ralph that either technical director or director of football, right? Give him that.
Can I just come in there, right? Just with regards to this technical director, and I just need to know who's doing what.
Right.
Now, I mean, Fletcher, who came to do his badges and whatnot, he's doing the recruiting, apparently. I'm also hearing that there's a split in the dressing room. Some of the players want Ragnick. not Ragnick. They want Ten Hag and someone Poch. They don't think Ten Hag is going to cut it. It is a total mess right now. I mean, one minute we're hearing that. I mean, the news now that I'm hearing is that Ten Hag is close to signing. Now, is that going to be the reality, or is it going to be the same propaganda FC thing where they're going to push the Poch agenda? Because right now, do you know who's going to get this job?
No, we don't. And this is the scary thing. Now for me, right, it's that in no workplace do the staff have a say about who's going to be the next manager. You're like, yo, you're on the payroll. Like, do your job. Now, if you lot were pulling up trees and getting to the Champions League semi-final and final of the FA Cup and all that, then I'll be like, you know what? These players might have something here. They just might have something here. But nah, you're trash. All of you at the moment. You're embarrassing, right? And so, for me, right, keep taking your 150 a week and your 200 grand a week and keep your mouth shut. You should have nothing to do with who comes in as the next manager. And as for these pundits, right, Rio said it. Rio said there was a part of him that never wanted United to do well after he left. Because
could it be a 30-year rot? Could it be a 30-year rot?
I'll tell you what, Kofi.
We see United come back and win a trophy.
If we don't do the right thing now, right, we're gonna pull a Liverpool. We are.
But that's what I was just gonna say. Everyone bangs on about Liverpool and
30 years in the wilderness. Looking for
City were down in League 2 or something. Yeah. Liverpool were there, but they weren't winning stuff. It's taken a long time for Liverpool to get this team and this manager playing how they are. It's not like they've done it overnight.
This is my ideal situation right now. Right? You bring Ten Hag in. You say to him, we're giving you 3 transfer windows. and we're saying to Darren, you know what? I think you can be a great ambassador for this club. We're going to take that technical director job off here, and we're going to give it to Wreck-It Ralph here. And we're going to hand all football-related business over to them two. Us boys here are going to do the commercial stuff because we're very good at that, and they are. They're amazing at the commercial. And all footballing affairs go through these two. He picks his coaches, so he's not lumbered with one name, the one that's always in the shorts, just sitting there and playing on his phone. I forgot his name now. He was there when Fergie was there, and Fletcher.
Yeah. Mike.
Right. So you shake Mike's hand, you make him a club ambassador, you send him upstairs to smoke his pipe and sit with the old boys and have a good laugh and drink his scotch or gin or whatever he drinks, and you allow this guy to bring his own coaches in, from the doctor to the physio to the block. I mean, Fletcher's putting cones out now apparently in training. I mean, bro, have some stuff. How can you be putting cones out in the next breath you interview the next manager for the club? Nah, brother, sit down. You're an idiot. And that's not disrespecting him as a human being, as what he's showing in his character right now. Like, you imagine, like, I've heard a few of the YouTube guys talk about Fletcher's got his kids at Manchester City Academy, right? How can you be the technical director of Man United that is supposed to be looking after the youth side of it, but your children go and play academy football at Man City? Stop it. How do I take you seriously? Because he knows they've got better prospects of getting further over at City, down the road, at the noisy neighbours. And for me, it's just like jobs for the boys, and we cannot continue to be jobs for the boys FC.
Mm-hmm.
Bring in these two guys that have no affiliation to United, really, and give all football affairs to Ten Hag and Ralph, and let them get on with it. Let them bring in their teams. Even our recruiters, these recruiters were Ferguson's people. Even Fergie had his brother. I think the only person that didn't work for the club when Fergie was there was his wife. Every family member had a role at Man United. That's how much he controlled the club.
Wow. From
scouting to everything. Now, we have to push that to one side. Right. You have to push that to one side and say, you know what, we've been there and done that. In the 10 years of Fergie we've been gone, we've won a FA Cup, we've done a League Cup, we've won a Europa. That's it. We've been nowhere near Champions League and League. And the one time we came close to League and the Mourinho second, I think we were 21 points behind City in second. 21 points. So that was a one-horse race, and we came second. And Mourinho said that was his best achievement in football, was coaching this shower to second spot beyond City, and he was still 21 points short. Come on, man.
But I mean, Craig, that's what I heard today. It could be rumours that Ten Hag has been confirmed as the new manager.
I heard that he's the front runner.
Which is, again, I don't know.
Just what you have to check though with that, right? You have to remember now, because we float on the US stock exchange, right?
Yeah.
Anything they do has to go through the stock exchange first. Then they say, right, they have to alert the stock exchange. We are doing this on this date, and you will see those shares either plummet or rocket through the roof. So there's going to be a heads up there because people are going to want to invest off this next announcement. It's all political, man. It's not as straightforward as a press conference and saying,
commercial.
Here you go. So, here's Normski TV, his next manager. Nah. It's all going to be set up from the stock exchange to the majority shareholders to the whatever. And then they can announce it. So until you see, and you know, if you've got a few bobs there, you might want to drop something on that and see if it's worth taking a little, you know what I mean, on whoever we're going to put in. But if it ain't Ten Hag, then I just think we're going in the wrong direction. I think Pep had his chance, and that's not knocking Pep, but I think he should have come when we were trying to fire Ollie 2 years ago. And he actually came on Sky Sports and literally pimped himself out for the Man United job. Literally said, listen, come and get me. I'm here chilling.
Gentleman says, I won't believe Ten Hag is done until he sat at that piano. He's talking about the one behind you.
Oh, yeah. They can come and play the grand piano. There you go. Play the grand piano there. He's more than welcome. Honestly.
Listen, just quickly, because obviously I've got about 25 minutes to go, so I've got to move quickly. We're talking about, obviously, Man United and everything in the game, and one of the questions I was asked, was Rangnick right to leave at Rashford? Was he right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, his head's gone, though. His head is gone.
Really? Even
his head's gone. We got no strikers, and you wouldn't gamble on playing Rashford.
It's mad.
His head's gone. He just needs a reset. Whether I would actually send him away already on holiday, and just get two strikers out. Number 20, because the truth is the likelihood of qualifying for Champions
mid-season, just tell him to bail.
Yeah, just say, you know what, bro? Get on the plane, put your phone away, and go and get your head straight. Go and get your head straight somewhere. Whatever you got to do, therapy, massage therapy, everything. Yeah. Get your head straight, because you have to remember he got discarded by the England squad. That hurt his feelings, man. I'm Marcus Rashford. I wear the United number 10, and I can't get in the England squad.
Yeah, that
hurt his feelings. So, and Ralph knows that. There's no point Ralph putting him out there because the fans will turn on him.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of fans already have. I think that you know, what is that outside of football? A lot of people are saying, no, you're not getting paid to do that. And like you say, you can do that when you're retired at 35 years old, not being funny.
Yeah,
but I mean, feeding the kids, cool. Anything else you can do when you're retired.
But you got to
not on that money.
Well, you got to be doing it on the pitch,
right? And I am surprised that he hasn't brought in 2 academy strikers. I really am, because he's got nothing to lose now.
Yeah,
because it's not like he's going to get fired. He was only there for 6 months.
Yeah.
I'll just say, okay, you two for right.
I also heard that he was linked with the Austria job as well.
Has he?
You heard that he was linked with the Austria job, but Austria, Austria, COF, whatever they are, were denying that. But I don't know.
The powers that be at Old Trafford are not going to hand over the reins to Ralph.
Yeah, you can see that.
They're so addicted to power that they want it all. They want to control the commercial and the football side, when they'd have no idea of what they're doing with the football side. And we could be in this 30-year wilderness. I envision it. And that's not being a hater of my club. That's just seeing the reality of you guys have got to hand over the football side to footballing people. You have to.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Just another quick one with regards to Man U, and I might as well just quickly delve onto the ref watch, because really that was 2 key things that happened in that game, and there was the McTominay tackle. I can't remember who it was on. Studs was showing.
Straight red.
Should have been a red.
Straight red.
Ends up only getting a yellow. And then there was the other incident where Varane, I don't know what was going on in that 18-yard box. There was Keystone Cop defending going on there, mate. But the ref said that in that situation, you could see that his leg, from one angle, you couldn't see it, but his leg, whilst he was going down, was trying to kick the ball, I think Iheanacho sort of caught his leg, even though he was already on the floor. Yeah.
You imagine that Maguire has made Varane a worse player. It's mad, you know.
You were hoping it'd be the other way around, that Varane would make you a better player.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are saying that. A lot of people are saying that Varane has literally, he needs a feeder, but boy, he's gone like that.
It's mad.
He looked terrible.
And if you look at when he's played with Eric Bailly or Lindelof, he's a different player, you know.
Yeah.
It's mad, and we can see it as fans. Yeah, that captain's armband keeps him picked every game, unless he's injured or sick. He picks him every game.
Look, man.
Or he's been told to pick him every game. Let me rephrase that. That's your captain. He costs 80 million. He plays, regardless of form.
Well, listen, Man United were lucky to come out of that game, 1-1. Leicester literally dominated that game, and they should have won it. Yeah. But listen, they've dropped points. There's still, obviously, when it comes to our game, because of the way we played, we've pretty much got you guys.
Yeah. You left the door a little bit ajar, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
A chance for you to have a chance of still going for the top 4. And we are now coming on to, West Ham, Everton, 2-1 to West Ham. I don't know with Frank.
Frank is sailing too close to the win, boy.
He's sailing close to that thing. I don't know what's going to happen.
It's tonight. Whatever happens tonight, I think. But then, like I said to you, Norman, what do they do? Do they sack him with 9 games to go, or 8 games, whatever?
Yeah.
So what do they do if
because
he
it's a huge
loses?
compensation, Chile. The compensation is huge if they sack him down.
Yeah,
the compensation is mad.
Yeah, but I'm talking about from Everton's point of view. If you get rid of your manager now, what do you do for the next 6, 7, 8 games? What?
Duncan Ferguson.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
That's what they did last time.
Yeah.
But they'd like to say they have to pay Wanker Holding money.
Yeah.
He always seems to come in. He always seems to come in. Yeah, Maguire and Varane look like the Chuckle Brothers.
Play the you're being too kind, sentiments. You're being way too kind there, boy.
But West Ham winning that game 2-1, coming from behind. They equalised. Sorry, Everton equalised. But then West Ham go on and win that game 2-1. West Ham still in the hunt for top 4, and obviously still in the Europa. So we'll see what happens. David Moyes doing a really good job with this team. I wouldn't even say now that West Ham are punching above their weights now, because they're consistent now. Do you know what I mean? And they've got a decent manager there. And we'll see what happens. Now we move on to if we must, Newcastle 5, Tottenham 1.
Is that what it was? You must be watching it through a mirror or something.
And the topic area for that, which I'm just going to just link it to it, is Tottenham is on the up and up. This is what, according to Conte, Tottenham have scored in the last 5 games since they Everton apart at home. I think they scored something like 15 goals. Now they've got a better goal difference of 15 plus 15. They go above
plus 5 in it. Oh no, yeah, plus 15. Yeah.
Above us.
Yeah.
They go above us on goal difference, and what can I say? They're on the up and up now. I heard Paul Merson saying that Tottenham are playing really well, but they are a one-man team. This is what Paul Merson said.
Idiot! What an idiot!
Really?
And he's a Chelsea fan. He says take Kane out of that side. And Tottenham don't make top 4.
Can I just say, Norman, in our last 2 games, we've scored 8 goals and Harry Kane hasn't scored. In our last game, we scored 5 goals, 5 different goal scorers.
Yeah.
What's he talking about?
Man, he needs to go back to rehab, doesn't he? He's really lost the plot. It's embarrassing, man.
He's just talking for the sake of it.
But then again, Kane's goals have been a catalyst for Tottenham getting to where they are right now. Because, I mean, if he's not scoring some of those goals, then it might be still a little bit tricky. But then I fully believe Tottenham are getting that top 4.
But you know what? There was a time when Kane was injured and they played Song through the middle. Song was balling out, mate. He was balling out through the middle. So you know what I mean. And people say, oh, they should play through the middle more often, but then you don't play through the middle when Kane's fit. So it's a very, you know what I mean. I mean, for me, like, yeah, man. Right now, I would take Song and Kane at Old Trafford. Let's leave it at that. Without even taking a breath, I take both of them at Old Trafford. Right now, here and now, to get fourth spot, I'd take both of them and just say, Marcus, go on a holiday, bro. Go do your thing.
Well, Harry Kane's the best number 10 and the best number 9 in the league. Exactly. I don't know how he does it, but...
Exactly. So, yeah. I'm off to watch the Chelsea game.
Yeah, man, big up Roots.
Yeah, man, Roots, big yourself, man.
Coming on, man.
Big up Roots.
Yeah, man. Big year, bro.
Yeah, so listen, that's what Mercer's come out with. But listen, at the end of the day, it's, as Craig said earlier on, it's the Conte effect. And as I said, look, that is the difference between us and Tottenham. You know, we've got Arteta, and Tottenham have got Conte. It's what it is.
Could you imagine him at Old Trafford giving these men the head ride? These men be going them and balling themselves to sleep.
Yeah.
After training, because Conte wouldn't have it. He wouldn't have this lackluster laziness on the pitch, losing the ball and walking back. Nah, man, he ain't having that.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted him. So fair play to Tottenham for diving in and nicking him. Fair play.
Yeah.
We dragged our heels and and said, oh, he's too rigid. He would challenge the board. That's what I want. Challenge the board, yes.
Yeah.
He got rid of a lot of the dross that we had as well.
Right.
And the two players that they've brought in, ballers, man.
Yep.
Kulu and Ben.
I mean, we was after one of them, you know what I mean? And look what they're doing now. You know what I mean? And he knows the players well. And they are doing absolutely brilliant. I'm not going to lie. I hate to say it, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? And I think with your running, you've got the easier running.
The only really big teams we've got are Liverpool and Arsenal. We should win all the rest of on paper, we should win the rest of the games. We'll beat Arsenal because they're scared of us. And, and hopefully, if we could get a point at Liverpool, that'd be nice.
Well, that will kind of, I mean, you see, this is the dilemma here, you know what I mean? Because do I need Liverpool to just slap you, or do I need you to put a dent in Liverpool's, quadruple or league run? It's a bit of a
either way, listen.
But that's how I feel, Norman.
Just chill on that day.
I feel like I'm between a rock and a hard place, because if City win the league, then the noisy neighbours are just in my head. If Liverpool live, then you're not hearing anything, because
either way you're there,
I'm doomed tonight. If either way I'm doomed, Chile.
mate.
It's bad.
Yeah, listen, man. He's got the team. He's got the team firing. They're playing together. Son is firing. As I said, Kulusevski, Bentancur, and Harry Kane playing that number 10 role.
Don't forget Stevie Bergwijn coming on and scoring them late goals. That's
within 3 minutes, 3 minutes of sub and he scored.
That's what he does, man.
Actually, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. He came on in the 81st and scored in the 83rd. I was like, right, man, just came on the pitch, I'll be like, wow.
And then, do you remember what he done at Leicester?
Yeah. Oh, mate, that game. Oh,
that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Merson smoking that good crack, chatting about one-man team. Come on, man, stop it.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, let's move on to the dreaded Monday night.
I agree with sentiment. And I agree with what he said earlier as well, that City, Chelsea, and you can put Newcastle, they won the lottery with those owners.
Big time.
Whereas Liverpool and Man U got taken over by them Americans, and it's a business to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas them teams, they just throw money at them.
But that's what I said to Kofi earlier, that if the owners decide that, okay, we're not going to pay these big wages, we'd rather sign the club on, it could actually do them a favor, because you could end up with some rich Arab that just is madly obsessed with football and just say, listen, man, you need $1 billion. Here's $1 billion. Go buy what you need to buy. Go fix whatever you need to. And that's a win for you guys, because now he can build without having to worry about pay structure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's where I think things will probably go, because obviously, fans will get tired with what is happening with, players not getting the wages that they want, and it's going to be a feud between fans and players in the club. So
yeah, for real.
But that's why I think that it's so bad what Abramovich and Monsoon or whatever his name have done, because now players want mental money.
Yeah.
What was Gareth Bale on 600 and something a week?
You imagine
close to it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like Monopoly money.
It's crazy.
It's like, come on, man. We're not playing Monopoly here. This is real life money they're dealing with. 600 grand. I mean, come on.
No, it's mad. It's absolutely mad. Absolutely mad. Now we're gonna move on to Monday.
Hang on, you've got to sing sentiments thing. You've got to sing it though.
He comes from Senegal. He managed the and he's a legend at our club. I must God say that he was the legend at our club.
They said, has he got a Hall of Fame?
Oh, Vieira.
Edit.
But listen,
man's like Patrick.
Listen, going into this game, I'm not going to lie. My son predicted the score the day before. He said, Dad, Arsenal are losing this game 3-0. And I said, Stop being negative. He goes, Dad, I'm telling you, he's losing this game. Arteta got schooled by Vieira.
Yeah, Vieira number, man.
Arteta took Arteta to the cleaners. Yeah. From the start of that game. Listen, I titled one of my topics, Laca answers, Laca performance, and Laca threat. Now, obviously, I'm talking about Lacazette, but the whole team, they were absolutely. You would have thought that Crystal Palace were the ones playing for top 4.
Yeah? No, you're right.
You got Wilfred Zaha, who supposedly had an hamstring problem. Mate, he
terrorizing, wasn't he?
Terrorizing.
It was mad.
Our defending was abysmal. Our defending for the first goal, I don't know what Nuno Tavares. Now we've got Kieran Tierney out for the rest of the season now with a knee injury.
Oh, wow.
We have surgery on there. We've got Partey, who couldn't string a pass again. I think his pass accuracy in that game was something like 60%.
Wow.
69%. They might have just been wearing Arsenal shirts. You know what I mean? Because he just kept passing to the Crystal Palace players. He had a terrible game. Odegaard, terrible game. Absolutely terrible. Couldn't string a pass together. Yeah? He should have started Martinelli. Yeah, Martinelli's just started for the Brazilian side. Stretches teams. You've got ESR, didn't have a good game in that game either. You know what I mean? Because he liked to come inside. Well, Martinelli was stretched the game. As soon as Martinelli came on, second half, the game was stretched, but too late. We end up losing that game 3-0. Zaha gets his penalty as usual. And Odegaard, I don't know what he was doing. There's 3 of them around him. What is Odegaard trying to attack him in the box?
But they were pressing you hard as well, Norm. They were pressing you high up the pitch.
Really That's what I said to him earlier. Well, he didn't want to talk to me earlier when I tried to talk to him about it. But
they were pressing very hard on the pitch.
Like Brentford, they didn't look out of sorts. It didn't look lucky. They knew what they were going to do. They came prepared and they done it.
Mate, I'll tell you. And the thing is, Nuno Tavares, no Tavares. But the unfortunate thing is that we're going to have to end up playing this guy because we do not have a left back. Unless we have a system change and we play 3 at the back. Yeah, and he plays as a winger. He's better going forward. So I remember when Tierney was out at the start of the season, he came in for Tierney. And going forward, it was fantastic. We thought, we landed on one. But in the Liverpool game and the Nottingham Forest game, he's been hauled off twice now. Yeah.
Is he from the academy, Norm?
No, we bought him from if somebody can remind me, I'm sure it's Benfica, one of them clubs.
Right. But this is what I said earlier, Norman, though, in regards to us, that surely you just bring in a couple of academy guys because you've got nothing to lose now.
Exactly, and that's my second.
You've got nothing to lose now, have you?
And but what if the academy guys are rubbish?
Look,
or not up to
it? They can't be as bad as Nuno Tavares. I'm telling you now.
Exactly.
It cannot be that bad.
I mean, this is what I said about Rashford. His head's gone, and I'm watching the ladies' team win. I'm watching the under 23s win. So I'm saying, hold on. So there's no good forwards in that under 23 team because they're winning every week.
Yeah.
I mean, if my head's gone, you gotta say, son, go on holiday, man.
Yeah.
I'm finishing your season right now.
To be fair, with Nuno, he hasn't had much game time. So he's coming into a game, a high intensity game in the Crystal Palace game. You're up. I mean, Ayew, right? He plays for Ghana. He's not exactly the best player in the world, Kofi. We know that. Yeah,
of course.
The man scores a fantastic goal. I mean, how he's scoring that goal?
Second goal of the season, Rom.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Only his second goal of the season. Yeah. He's not prolific. Yeah,
he hasn't scored in 50. I think that's in 55 games.
He scored 2 goals.
And it had to be Arsenal. It had to be Arsenal. And the problem is, as Craig has said here, not buying in January was a massive mistake. Yeah? And I'm talking about, recruiting a forward. We would probably been better off maybe getting a forward in the Premier League, even on loan or something like that. Because right now, Laca, threat, lack of performance.
But you had a striker and you let him go.
Yeah, but that's Arteta. Yeah.
And how's that striker doing now, by the way?
Doing absolutely fantastically well.
Balling out, isn't he?
Yeah. Bodyguard, fair weather player, disappears in tough games. Absolutely true.
Yeah, but the problem is he was being a bad egg in the dressing room, so he was going to influence.
No, you've got to manage that. It was the same with Conte and what's the player the Brazilian player when he played for Chelsea? What's the guy?
Willian. Willian?
No. The Brazilian striker. The striker.
Also,
well, he looks older than what he is. Can't remember his name.
Costa.
Costa. Yeah, Diego. Yeah.
He had lots of problems with it. Look what happens. They go on and win the league. Come on. Yeah. There's levels to this, man. There is levels to this. And Arteta is not the man. He's got schooled by Arteta. If we make it in the Champions League, we will get slapped. I don't care because he's not good enough to manage at that level. It's as simple as that. Yeah, man is driving a juggernaut. Yeah. We're not a Robin reliant. You understand? Yeah. Right.
Look what Ian says. That's right. That's what they done. They came out and pressed you.
Yeah, the pressing game was mad.
Yeah.
Fell apart. Absolutely fell apart. Yeah. And listen, you know me. Ian knows, right? Because I would have been on the phone to Ian, so he knows. Because normally we ring each other when the game is on. I didn't get a call. Ian didn't call me. I didn't call him. Yeah, I think Ian probably put his foot for the TV. After watching that, Joss. You understand? And this is the problem. Yeah, we big him up. We like to big him up, and then you had some fan called Julian blaming on AFTV. They interviewed him, blaming the Chelsea loanee system for Gallagher. It's an unfair. What is this man on? He said that Gallagher, who's a loanee to Chelsea,
from Chelsea.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
Our
fans are deluded.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Arsenal could have gone on loan players if they wanted to, but they chose not to.
But we sent out Willock. Remember, we sent out Willock to Newcastle. He scored 7. Where was the moaning then? Yeah. Now they want to blame on everything. I'm telling you, Arsenal fans, we are the most deluded fans on this planet. I'm telling you. Yeah.
I've been telling you that for a long time, but you didn't want to listen.
But the thing is, Norman, if you look at any of the big clubs, will send players out to get experience because the squad is that big. So for Chelsea to have 20 mans out on loan, they can afford to do that because the squad is huge. And then when they're out loan, their scouts are going to watch them to see how they're developing out on loan. And then they'll say to the governor, bring him back in the summer and see how he goes on pre-season. If not, we send him away again. And so you can't not, like Gallagher, going to Palace and having a world of a season.
Listen,
and Bora at Southampton.
These fans,
exactly.
Just clutching anything.
That is what is supposed to happen to develop your young players coming through from the academy. They're supposed to go out on loan. And whether they go to the Championship, League One, get that experience.
As long as they're playing football, innit?
Exactly, Chile. And so you can't knock it. You just can't.
Listen,
otherwise they're going to sit around and they'll most of them. I mean, loads of our lot are putting to leave Man United because they're feeling how poor this squad is, and they haven't got a call up to even for a cup game when we.
But then I blame the players. I was saying to Norman, with Tottenham, we'll play one good game, then we'll have a crap game. Yeah. We'll go on like 3 or 4, and it's the players. If every manager the same thing's happening, it's not the management. It's the players.
Yeah.
Look at Harry Kane. He's smashing it now, Go back 3 or 4 months when he wanted to go to City. How was he playing?
He down tools, yeah.
Definitely. At some point, players have to take responsibility, and across even in United, they all have to take responsibility now, unless they don't want to play for United anymore.
And that's it right there. If they, like for me, I look at the laundry list that needs to go, and it's a laundry list. It's like, just get rid and just go again, and not worry about not winning anything for the next 2 seasons.
But how did that happen to United? How did they go from having 7 world-class players to having, what have they got now? 1, if you're lucky.
Barely 1, yeah.
How did that happen?
For me, I think rewarding failure with big contract extensions, because everyone gets complacent on that big money. And this is your fear with the Salah thing, that, okay, all them people knock the door, and now you got all these players on big money, and they've all arrived. I mean, this is my thing. You ain't won anything. How have you arrived? What have you won? You won 250 a week. What have you? I mean, Bruno getting that extension. I mean, I was like, oh yeah, but he picked the club up when he came in. Okay, what has he won? What has he won? He hasn't won anything. And so, but he's got 3 years left on a contract. And we extended it. And I'm thinking,
but then, the problem is, like, when you don't have a stable manager who can rein in all the egos of a club.
That's right, yeah.
Then you're gonna find that the dressing room is gonna be so disorientated, and one player is gonna influence probably 3 or 4. And they're going to have their clicks, and they're going to start to say, you know what, let's sabotage what is happening on the pitch, and then the club can go and do whatever they want,
Right. But then you have to expect the abuse from the fans then, because these are working class people that get out of their beds and do their 9 to 5s or whatever they do, spend their big money, come and watch these live games, and you barely get out of second gear. And I've just, like I said to people, if I go to Old Trafford with my brother or my missus, that's like a £250 day for us.
Yeah, definitely.
By the time you bought tickets, driven up to Manchester, might go into bite to eat, petrol.
Get to eat.
Listen,
and they play like that. After I've just burned 250 quid
for years to go and get on the Liverpool waiting list for a season ticket.
Yeah,
can't even get there.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I do, but I'm probably not lying about it. Yeah. I mean,
at the moment, it's currently Burnley 1, Everton 1. Burnley scored first. And,
is it on now?
Yeah, it started early, didn't it? Yeah,
1-1. Obviously, kick-off for Chelsea will be kicking off pretty much now. I'm just going to quickly move on because I've got to shoot off to another thing. So, just to say, Arsenal, I think we've given top 4 to, I think personally speaking, the driving seat. Tottenham are the ones that are in the driving seat now.
No, you still got a game in hand.
Tottenham's
win that and
lose.
But you know what, Chile, that +5 on the goal difference could be really come end of the season. Yeah, that could be very crucial for you guys. Yeah. And it's the same with the title run, because the Liverpool plus 57 and Man City are plus 52. Right, that little gap in the goal difference. If you both draw it, man. Yeah.
But the thing is, City are capable of scoring 5 on a given game.
But so are Liverpool, though.
True, but then, I mean, looking at Liverpool's running, I mean, it's going to be very difficult to be grinding out and getting 5s, So, and
then you look at Champions League and you say, is it a distraction? Because now you got to rotate, otherwise you're going to have someone pull a hamstring. And this is where I say City have the better option to rotate that squad than what Klopp does. Even though Klopp's options are better, with the ass coming in, and you know what I mean. But you look at City, if they take 3 off and the 3 they bring on, you just think, come on, that's ridiculous. You know what I mean? That these 3 are catching the bench. You know what I mean? And so, man, like I said,
when you see what both teams are bringing off the bench now,
I know it's mad.
And then you look at Arsenal's bench. We're bringing off Eddie Nketiah, man.
I don't think Liverpool's bench is that great.
What?
What? They've been on.
Who have Liverpool got on their bench?
And Kofi, talk to me.
Who? Bobby.
Bobby started.
Exactly. Who have they got to come off their bench?
Kofi, talk to me.
Compared to City.
But the thing is, they had Jota on the bench. Jota came off from
Jota's the second highest goal scorer, mate, in the league.
Yeah, he had a blinding season. But look at City's bench. City's bench would start every game for
I agree with you, but Liverpool, the problem we had with Liverpool was that, and Kofi knows this, like last season, the season before, your squad wasn't deep enough. Now you've got the likes of Diaz now. Yeah.
But he's a starter, he's not on the bench, he's starting.
No, but he hasn't started every game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the majority he has though.
He's come. I mean, he's in the games that he has started. He started probably about four of 7.
Okay, so he's rotating them fairly well then, and he has.
That's the thing. He's got the ability now to rest players and change when he needs to in different games. So, that's
definitely. But I just think that Man City's bench is scary.
Oh yeah, of course. I agree.
I'm not saying Liverpool haven't got a bench. I'm just saying that Man City's is different gravy, man.
Yeah, because they can literally replace a whole 11.
Yeah,
and it's a quality
Didn't they
11
do that
a
season or two ago?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, just like whole 11 for this game. And so.
But listen, as I said, I personally think that what's name is in the driving seat. Tottenham are in the driving seat. Yeah.
Palace's bench, isn't it?
Was better than ours. We had Eddie
and ours.
You could only bring Eddie and Nketiah. And to be honest, I mean, we played Brighton on Saturday. We have to win that game.
And Nketiah had a nice little shot, though.
He hit the crossbar. And to be perfectly honest, right now, Laca ain't cutting it. I want Martinelli to start, and I'll even start Eddie Nketiah. This is how desperate I'm getting now. Because at least, you know what I mean, the guy, as I said, with Laca, he might as well be playing in goal because how deep he comes with the ball. After about 45 minutes, he's knackered. You know what I mean? It's mad. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But listen, we'll see what happens. We've got injuries now, and I'm not blaming the injuries or nothing like that. You know what I mean? We bottled it against Palace, and at the end of the day, they wanted it more. We'll see what happens against Brighton. We should win that game because Brighton at the moment just don't look like they can score a goal.
Yeah, man, they're on the beach now, so hopefully that should be a 3-point banker for you there. Really.
Yeah. Listen, there's still a long way to go in it, and it could go down to the wire. To be honest,
well, that's what I'm saying, and that obviously
everything could go down to wire, innit? Who's going to win it? Liverpool or City? Top four, you've got us 3. And then relegation, you've got Everton.
Okay, just quickly, do you think Chelsea will still end up finishing 3rd?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. That's cleared up that argument. Let's just quickly, because I've got to shoot. Benfica obviously losing 3-1 at home to Liverpool. I think Liverpool have got this.
Yeah, should be a done deal there.
Should be a done deal.
Yeah.
The quadruple is on, but there's a lot of pressure on you guys, Kofi. Mate, that could come back to haunt you. As you said, you've got some tough games coming up.
You know what?
We'll see what happens.
I think we're capable of winning every game, but we just got to stay level-headed, concentrated, and just take one game at a time.
Who have you got in the FA Cup?
City.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Exactly.
A quick scenario. If you
win that, you deserve to win it.
Yeah. Sorry.
Say that again, D.
Sorry, D.
I say if you come out empty-handed this season, then what? Because that's a mad one. If you go from 4 to 0,
they won the Carabao Cup. So
yes, they did. Yeah. Okay, yeah, you did.
Because that's why we're playing the quadruple. Man City could do the treble, and the treble
that's still over Liverpool's face because we're supposed to be winning the bigger trophies.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And like I said earlier, in that 10-year period, we've won an FA Cup, a League Cup, and the Europa League. So there's nothing big about that.
Anything.
Yeah, so there's nothing big about that. Yes, okay. it's still silverware, and it all counts, but it's not what you're set up to win. You're set up to win the FA Cup, the League, and the Champions League.
That's it.
And you're expected to have several players in
that's why
the England
brought
squad.
Back Ronaldo, I think, to win, not to win the league, but to win a cup or something. I don't think he brought him back to win the league.
We actually won the most shirts cups sold with Ronaldo. So that is in the trophy cabinet.
Yeah, that gave the board a whole heap of money in the shares.
Yeah, exactly. It was so commercial. It was scary. So for me, I'm like, okay, you know what? We still are that commercial club until they show me differently. And
where is Ronaldo?
Apparently he's got the vid, hasn't he?
Oh, is it? Apparently
so, yeah. I actually fear that he went out from some more on Mummy's soup. He went back to Portugal for some more on Mummy's soup in it. Because he's told us already he plays when he wants to play. He said that. He didn't hold back from that. So that tells you everything about his player power status at Old Trafford.
Ronaldo is a mummy's boy. He needs some good
Portuguese soup there. You know what I mean? Go back for his Portuguese soup, ham hock, or whatever they eat out there. I don't know. But seriously.
What about your other pensioner? Where's he?
Oh, sick note. I don't know.
Cavani.
Yeah. I actually think sick note left Old Trafford in January and never came back. I'm convinced of it. He just said, "Just pay me till the end of the season, and I'll be gone in the summer." Honestly, the whole thing is a mockery, man. It's terrible.
Just quickly,
really bad business.
We've been linked with Memphis Depay. I know he played for you guys. I
actually like Memphis, you know, Norm. I like him.
28 years old. Yeah. Does he fit the Arsenal profile? I think he only signed a 2-year deal at Barcelona, but now looks like what's the name is up to
possible penalty.
Who to?
Everton.
All right, okay.
That's a pen, man. That should be a
pen. Are they going to VAR?
Yeah, it's on VAR now.
It's going to be. It's definitely.
Okay. Down.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah. It's just yeah.
Yeah. You know, I mean, 20.
I don't know. They're seeing if he was offside before. No, he weren't offside. That weren't.
Are they saying that offside thing before?
Yeah, they're saying was he offside before he got fouled, but to me that weren't offside.
That's going to be interesting.
Did he give it?
Memphis, I don't know.
Oh, he's going. The ref's going to have a look.
Oh, here we go. I think he's going to give it then. Tottenham not winning. Anything goes without saying. That's sentiments.
Who said that? Which hater said that? Sentiment.
Yeah.
You know what? For me, I said this all the other day. I would take any cup right now just to get these players into a winning mentality.
And all day long.
Something. Because a lot of them have never won anything. So it's hard to tell them how to win when they, you know what I mean? Just when you win it, then you know what you put your body through to win. And your mental state of mind to win, but these big wages
penalty
killed us as a club. Penalty,
okay.
Wow. Frank,
yeah. Is it Nick Pope in goal?
I think so. Yeah, Nick Pope. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah,
He saved this. Who's taking it?
I don't know. They're showing Aaron Lennon.
Yeah, Pope in goal. No, Pope in goal.
Richarlison's going to
take it. Yeah. Well, he scored the first one, didn't he?
I was watching something the other day, and the commentator or pundit was saying the referee shouldn't be allowed to watch replays in slow motion and stills. Okay. I agree with that. He should have to watch it at full speed.
Yeah.
No, but you know what? You see,
in slow motion, he looks so bad, man.
But this is the thing, Chile. You see them in American sports. Most of the American top sports, they're allowed to go to the scorer's table and watch the videos back in whatever speed they want, especially with the amount of money that's in them sports. So I actually agree with saying slow it down and actually seeing if there was actual contact there or not.
2-1 Everton.
2-1, yeah.
Is Burnley going down? Yes or no?
Well, if it carries on like this, then who's in the bottom? Yeah, they are in the bottom, aren't they?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because I would have thought that my man would be able to get him out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Burnley and Watford are both on 22 points. Watford played 30, Burnley played 29, and Everton are on 29 games, 26 points.
Wow.
So
that should be
this is a 6-pointer.
The live setting
tonight. It's a 6-pointer.
What's the live for it though? The live table.
Yeah. That's it. The live table right now.
29 points.
Yeah. It's 26 points for Everton.
No, they won 28 now. Because what it is the live table. So because they're winning, they'll be on 28 points. But at the moment,
so how many games is it showing they're playing? 29.
29 games, yeah.
Yeah, it's showing 29, 26 points, and Burnley 29, 22 points.
Okay.
But unless it's not adding the points up, just the game played.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably just not adding the points up yet. So
yeah, probably hasn't. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah. Right, just quickly because I'm late for my meeting. We're just going to go quickly to the form table.
Liverpool.
Let's go.
I know it's Liverpool. I saw it the other day.
Let's go from 1 to 4. So
Liverpool.
Go ahead. And then second.
Chelsea. No.
Crystal Palace. They deserve it.
That's Tottenham then, isn't it? Tottenham. Yeah, Tottenham. Yeah.
15 points, mate. You should have worked that actually. Third place is Chelsea on 15. And in fourth place, Man City on 13 points. Man United are in 6th on 11 points. And Arsenal are way down in 14th on 7.
I was just going to say, about 3-4 weeks ago, you were laughing.
Oh, my gosh. Villarreal are beating Bayern Munich 1-0.
Wow.
The yellow submarine, boy.
Wait, Villarreal.
No, but you know what? He's going to park that bus now, you know.
True.
You know what? We should have kept Unai. We should have kept Unai, man.
Villarreal at home, right?
Or... Yeah. At the moment, there's 2 legs, but there's no way. There's no way.
How are you saying you should have kept Unai when all you done was
because he's a better manager than Arteta?
Yeah, but you lot hated him when he was there.
No,
you lot hated all your managers. You hated.
Yeah, but the thing is with Unai, there was a lot of pressure with him trying to add his own spin and style onto Arsenal, and then Arsenal going through a shift where they're trying to come away from Wenger's style of play and the influence that Wenger had. So it was going to be difficult for Unai Emery.
Well, listen, right now, boy, I don't know what to say, but listen, guys, I am running late. I've got to go head off to another meet. But I really appreciate everybody in the chat. Big up yourselves. Guys, I want to thank you all for coming on and sharing. Next week, we go again. Will Liverpool be victorious in the game against Man City?
Come on, guys.
Will Arsenal bounce back? Will Tottenham go to Aston Villa, turn them over? And who you got?
Come on, guys.
Who Man United got?
Wow, we have got... Wow.
Forget who you got.
It don't matter, does it?
It don't matter.
We have Everton at Goodison, mate.
Woo! Now, you see, Everton could be getting this game. If they win this game, they're going to be
big game for Everton.
And it's an early kickoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12:30 kickoff. 12,
yeah.
At Goodison. Woo!
But listen, guys.
Big up Craig, Ian, and Sentiment. Big up yourselves.
Thank you.
It's been a lively one. Guys, if you're new, please slap that like button. Do a Chris. What was I going to say? Do a Chris Rock? Or do a Chris Rock, yeah, man.
Do a Will Smith.
Do a Will Smith.
But, Norman, just before you go, do you see who won Manager of the Month?
What, just recently gone?
The last one, yeah.
Yeah.
But do you see it's a curse? He won it.
Yeah, I know.
But
that's what I'm going to say. No more Manager of the Month. Now, hopefully, we're going to do the business. We're going to do the business.
And then get slapped like that. It's mad, innit?
It's been a great one. As I said, please, if you're new, hit the like button, subscribe and share. And guys, thank you. Big D, thank you. Chili, thank you.
Man.
Until the next one, see you next week on the What's Going On podcast. See you later. Take care. God bless.
Take care, guys.
Take care.